What's up, everybody? How's it going today? Got some clips here from a job I was on probably almost 2 weeks ago now. I don't know, it's been a little bit, but working with a Hitachi 350 with a CBI stump shear on it, and going around and shearing stumps that are in the ground, and then also going up to piles of I guess you would call it like slash, I don't know, clearing slash. All the logs have been pulled off this job, so, and everything that was going to be chipped has been chipped, so everything left that you see me going around is all just for the grinder. So yeah, I'm just kind of going around and reducing everything that is too big to go through the grinder smoothly and pulling out any stumps I see on the way. You'll see later in the video I'm working with another machine, and he's going ahead of me digging stumps out. He's just got a regular bucket and thumb on his machine, so he'll dig the stumps out of the ground and then, you know, pull the dirt out of them as best as he can, and then I'll come behind him and shear them down to smaller size and get all the dirt out. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. Is I pull them out, I'm shaking them, like right there you can see I'm just shaking it, trying to shake as much dirt out as I can. And what I'll do is I'll dig a few and make a pile, and then I'll just sit there and shear that whole pile up and probably throw that then onto a bigger pile. Generally what you want to do is shake the dirt out over the hole, and then when you're shearing the stumps, you shear them over, you know, if you've got, like you can see off to my left there is a pretty sizable pile of junk that's going to get ground up, so I'll probably throw all this stuff over onto that pile. But first thing, you want to get the dirt out of them, and then you shear them over, you know, wherever you're going to leave them, because you don't want dirt to go in the grinder. That's the, you know, part of the reason why you shear stumps, is to get as much dirt out as possible before they get ground up. So this is the only shear I've ever run. Besides, I did run one other one before this, and it was on a Cat 320. So this is a big step up from that. This machine's probably, I would guess, a good 30,000 pounds heavier than a 320 and significantly more powerful. So having the shear on this is like I'm in heaven running this thing, because the 320 was definitely a chore to, you know, when you were digging stuff up, you just always had to like dig all around the stump before it would ever even come up to, you know, get close to coming out of the ground. And with this can pull a lot of stuff up without having to do a lot of digging. Now, part of that is because the ground is wet where I'm working here, and you'll see later it gets kind of snowy. So, you know, if the ground being wet definitely helps getting stuff out. But even once it's out of the ground, this thing shears so much faster than the 320 that I ran. And, you know, it's a lot bigger, so it should. As I mentioned, that's a CBI shear on there. That's probably, I don't know, one of the nicest shears money can buy, if you know anything about stump shears. Not that I'm a super expert, but, you know, I know NYE, CBI up there with probably the two nicest you can get. So it definitely does a good job. Gets them splits them quick. So once I dig them out of the hole, I'll fill it back in, and that's just to try to keep water from collecting. You know, you don't want a bunch of holes dug in when you haven't finished, you know, working an area. You don't want a bunch of, I mean, the guys that are coming in to do dirt work too, they don't want a bunch of uneven ground. So you try to fill it back in as best as I can. There's a plate on top of that shear that I can use. You see me there pushing some dirt with it. Use that to fill it back in. You pick up, I mean, not everything. Once you get down to a small size of, you know, a root or wood or whatever, it's not really viable to try and pick up. I mean, you can pick it up with that, but it just, you know, it takes too long to try and pick up every little thing. So once all this stuff is cleaned up and piled up, then they'll go around with a root rake on a track loader and, you know, root rake all the smaller stuff up. And then they'll go through and grind, and then probably rake again. It's a process. So I don't have any footage of the grinding process yet, but I don't know. Probably someday soon I'll work with them running the grinder. So I think that's about it for this video. I'm gonna play some music, and I sped everything up because it's just super slow. There's a few places where I slowed it down just so you can watch it split the stumps. But you know, running at regular speed, it's not very interesting to watch this because it's just kind of slow. And what I'm doing here is just moving from, there's piles they've already made, and I'm just kind of riding around seeing if there's anything that needs to be reduced in those piles. So like right there's a stump on the side of that pile, so I'm gonna split that up and move on. So yeah, I guess that's about it for this video. Hope you enjoy the rest of it. Have a good one.